The moment I walked into the crime scene, something caught my eye, a smiley face, painted in blood, on the wall. My colleagues immediately jumped to the conclusion that Bloody John, our notorious serial killer, had struck again. But when I noticed the smiley face was several meters away from the victim, I knew something didn't add up.
This isn't Red John.
Right.
I was familiar with Bloody John's work. The guy had a massive ego and a flair for the dramatic. He always staged his crime scenes like they were some kind of twisted theatrical performance, making sure that smiley face was the first thing anyone saw when they walked in. This time, though, the face was drawn on the wall opposite the bed. Clearly, someone was trying to frame him, so I shifted my focus to the victim's family and friends. But after checking everyone out, they all had rock-solid alibis. Next, I headed to where one of the victims worked to dig for clues. I asked Wagner, the hospital supervisor, if the victim had kept a diary. He said no. Before leaving, I played it casual and asked him for some sleeping pills, claiming I'd been having trouble with insomnia. He told me prescription meds required a proper diagnosis and asked me to come back during office hours the next day.
I understand. No problem. I'll call you. Maybe.
But that night, just as I was getting ready for bed, someone slipped a note under my door. When I picked it up and opened it, there it was, a red, smiley face staring back at me. The envelope was rushed to forensics, and the next day they called with the results. The blood on the smiley face matched one of the victims, but here's where it got weird. They also found a single strand of hair in the envelope. It belonged to the dead woman's brother-in-law. We brought him in right away, but during questioning, all he'd admit to was having an affair with the victim. That's when it clicked for me. I knew exactly who the killer was. The next day, I showed up at Wagner's office with a fake diary I'd put together. As I was leaving, I casually mentioned that the victim had left behind a diary and that the police would be searching his office first thing in the morning. Now, all I had to do was wait and see if he'd take the bait.